the Nile River was the lifeblood of ancient Egypt. It begins in rivers that flow into Lake Victoria, and after about 4,100 miles, it empties into the Mediterranean Sea. Each year, the Nile River overflowed its banks, flooding the land. As it receded, it deposited fertile silt. The nutrient-rich soil was the perfect place to grow crops like barley, wheat, papyrus, flax, fruit, and vegetables in ancient Egypt. Surrounding much of the Nile River Valley are deserts, including the Eastern Desert, Libyan Desert, and the Sahara Desert. These deserts offered protection against invaders because they were so difficult to cross. To the north, the Nile River empties into the Mediterranean Sea, which opened ancient Egypt to trade with other civilizations. Early in ancient Egyptian history, the region was divided into two lands, Upper Egypt and Lower Egypt. Nope, your eyes aren't deceiving you. Lower Egypt is above Upper Egypt on the map because the Nile River flows from south to north. Upper Egypt is upriver from the fertile Nile Delta. The Nile River affected every aspect of life in ancient Egypt. Towns and cities were established along the river to take advantage of the nutrient-rich soil and access to irrigation canals. Additionally, ancient Egyptians caught fish from the waters of the Nile. Farmers divided the year into 3 seasons that centered on the Nile River: Akhet, Peret, and Shemu. During Akhet, the Nile River flooded. Since the water inundated the fields, farmers found other jobs. They often spent this time constructing government buildings, pyramids, temples, and more. Peret was the growing season. The Nile waters receded, leaving behind fertile silt. Farmers used tools such as plows, sickles, and rakes to plant and take care of their crops. Shemu was the harvesting season. Crops were removed to be eaten or stored before the flood season set in again. Ancient Egyptians also used the Nile River as a source of transportation. Rivers like the Nile were the superhighways of the ancient times. Boats traveled up and down the river and to other civilizations across the Mediterranean Sea, bringing goods and people from place to place. The Nile River even provided building materials. It could really do it all. The mud along the riverbanks could be sun-dried to form bricks. These bricks, along with sandstone and limestone from quarries, were used to construct the famous buildings and statues that still stand today. If that wasn't enough, the Nile River even impacted the religious lives of the ancient Egyptians. It was associated with the river god Hapi. People would pray to the god in hopes they would be blessed with plentiful growing and harvest seasons. There are depictions of the Nile on the walls of pyramid tombs, and ancient poems and songs were dedicated to the river that could bring both life and death. It's no wonder that the ancient Egyptian civilization prospered. The Nile River could bring both life and abundance or famine and death to the land, and still impacts the region today.